It's been 5 years since the head of Valve, Gabe Newell, declared Linux and open source the future of gaming. Well, after half a decade, I think the question needs to be asked. Is Linux and open source the future? Are we destined for a more free and egalitarian era for gaming? I've been accused of being many things, and an optimist is certainly one of them. But I want to look at the actual evidence here and build my case accordingly. The first thing to note is that there are tons of great games that have been released for Linux. I have noticed that 2017 has seen fewer big titles released, especially when compared to 2016. But personally, it feels like the behemoth weight of the AAA gaming industry is about to collapse in on itself, and it's probably a good thing it won't end up affecting us. With the pay-to-win pseudo-gambling that goes on in many of the most played AAA games, I don't personally feel like it's a huge loss for the Linux community to not have games like Middle-earth Shadow of War or Destiny 2 or insert other unethical game of chance here. That's gonna piss some people off, but as a side note, if Shadow of War does come to Linux, I'm going to review it. But it's not all bad news, as we've seen many smaller indie devs releasing their games for Linux. I've felt overwhelmed by the sheer number of smaller games available on the platform, and I wish I had more time to try them all. Okay, so Linux is great for indie games, but what really inspired this video is that Linux seems to be the platform of choice. Companies like Atari with their Atari box, and even the likes of Nintendo, which bases their Classic Edition machines on Linux. There's a bit to unpack here, so let's just get into it. It's no surprise that the Classic Edition machines from Nintendo are running Linux. They're based on ARM hardware, and Linux is really the only commercially viable choice on such a platform. But still, that's a huge game company using Linux for gaming. What's interesting to me though is the Atari box. The Atari box is a Linux-powered console with mid-range PC hardware that, reportedly, you'll be able to install Steam on right out of the box. That's fantastic, right? I mean, I know some people who will give me crap for getting excited about this, but I can't help myself. The fact that the Atari box will have a standard set of hardware that game devs will be able to target makes me so happy. Now, it's all contingent upon sales. I know. And we've seen stuff like the Ouya get a huge amount of buzz just to be a colossal disappointment. Tell me about it. But I refuse to be a pessimist or fall victim to toxic cynicism. So the question remains, is Linux really the future of gaming? I suspect none of you will be surprised to learn that I think that it is. I mean, I'm the Linux gamer, but realistically, I think we're making slow and meaningful progress. And I believe that within the next few years, the sea change we've all been waiting for will finally happen. But what do you think? Is the future of Linux bright and brimming with gaming? Leave me a comment and let me know, or tweet at me at @TheLinuxGamer. If you like the work that I do, you can support the show over on Patreon, or you can mash that subscribe button. And as always, thank you so much for watching.